Good morning, City Kids. Today's story is about Jesus' final promise to us. Jesus stayed on earth for 40 days after he arose from the grave. On a hill in Galilee, Jesus told his disciples, "You will receive power. Go to all the nations. Make disciples everywhere. Baptize them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach them to obey everything I have taught you. I will be with you always." On his last day on earth, Jesus led the disciples to the Mount of Olives. He lifted his hands to bless the disciples. And while he was blessing them, Jesus went up into heaven. The disciples kept looking up and up and up until he was hidden by a cloud. Then 2 men dressed in white stood beside the disciples. "Why are you looking into the sky?" they asked. "Jesus has been taken from you, but he will come back just as you have seen him go." Then the disciples went back to Jerusalem with great joy, and they stayed in the temple praising God. Our memory verse today comes from Luke 24:50. Jesus raised his hands and blessed the disciples. Then he left and was taken up into heaven.
Hey City Kids, Teacher Allison here. Today we are going to be making a craft that represents Jesus and the 12 disciples. Now the 12 disciples were also sometimes called the fishers of men. So we are going to be putting their names on these little paper fish. So in order to make the paper fish, you're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to start by writing their name. So we can start with, let's say if we put James. So, once we have the name, we are going to draw the fish shape around it like this. Alright, so I kind of created an oval or like a really long skinny C shape, and this end is open over here. Now, I'm going to draw a line that's not touching. It's kind of like right there, and it's just about as wide as the fish. So you see how the fish is wide right here? Because this is his tail. And then I just connect the lines between there. And boom, we have a fish. So just go ahead and do that with all the 12 disciples, and then you will be cutting it out. You may need a parent's help cutting out your fish. Go just along the line like this, all the way around. Okay, once we have our 12 fish, now it's time to make our Jesus crown. Start by writing Jesus. Now we are going to draw a crown around it. I'm going to start by drawing a line at the bottom and then the sides. I'll show you. Alright, so see, I underlined it and then I did a little line on each of the sides, and now I'm going to draw the little points for the top of my crown. There we go. We have our Jesus crown. It's time to cut it out. All right, there we go. Now we're going to be connecting all of them with some string. So you will need some string and you will need some tape. It doesn't matter what kind of string or what kind of tape. So you're going to want to cut string into 3 pieces. Now, depending on how big your fish are, that'll change how long the string needs to be. So if your fish are about this size, you can make your string about 1 to 2 feet long. If your fish are like much bigger, then you're gonna need a lot more string. Okay, so start by taking your Jesus crown and your first string and lining it up on the edge right here. We're gonna be taping it down. Just like that. And we'll put our next one in the middle. And our third one will be going on this end. All right, so now it's time to tape on our fish. Place them in rows face down, and then that way you can just easily stick the tape on the back of the string, just like this. I'm gonna make mine so that the same colors aren't next to each other. That way they can like alternate. Once you've laid out your fish in an order that you like, start by taping down the string. Start with the one on the very end to make sure that you're spacing them out correctly. Wow, look at that! It's our Jesus and the 12 disciples craft. You can even add a little bit of string up here in the shape of a loop. That way you can hang it somewhere to remind you of this story. Thanks so much for making this craft with me. Happy Sabbath, City Kids!
Student King, can we get mine?
Student Mama and Smart King
Yes.
and Good Person. Happy Sabbath. Rising Egg Activity with Teacher King and Teacher Gilly. First you're going to need some eggs and some water and some white salt.
Iodized salt.
Iodized salt.
And a spoon. And make sure the water is in 2 glasses, right?
Yeah. First step, put one of the eggs in the glasses. Watch it sink to the bottom. Next step, I put the salt inside the water. And don't use pink salt. Stir the water to dissolve it. Keep stirring until it's done. Add another egg so it will float this time. Oh wow, it floats! Oh, so that's why I used white salt. If you keep pushing it down, it will rise back up. Now it's your turn. Let's see if you can make an egg float. Hope you got all those facts.
See you next week.
Bye.
Hi, City Kids! I hope you guys are doing well. It is now time to sing with Pastor Mike, and this is the song for today. It is called Cry of My Heart, and it goes like this. It is the cry of my heart to follow you. It is the cry of my heart to be close to you. It is the cry of my heart to follow all of the days of my life. All right, sing with me. It is the cry of my heart to follow you. It is the cry of my heart to be close to you. It is the cry of my heart to follow all of the days of my life. And then it goes like this. Teach me your holy ways, O Lord. I cast all my cares upon you. I lay all of my burdens down at your feet. And any time that I don't know what to do, I will cast all my cares upon you. I cast all my cares upon you. I lay all of my burdens down at your feet. And any time that I don't know what to do, I will cast all of my cares upon you. I will cast all my cares upon you.
Thank you for joining us. You can support children's ministry by giving online at adventistgiving.org or by mailing a donation to Glendale City Church, 610 East California Avenue, Glendale, California, 91206. Thanks! Jesus raised his hands and blessed the disciples. Then he left and was taken up into heaven. Luke 24:50.